Stocks, shares, you've heard about them all the time. You're thinking of investing in them. You're thinking you can make money from them. Well, this video is for you because we're going to talk about what they really mean. How do you make money from stocks and shares? And the most important one, are they for everyone? Okay, so let's get to the video. Hello, good people. Jessie is my name, and this is the TMG Circle, where we are working towards getting out of financial survival mode to financial peace. If this is content you would be interested in, consider subscribing so that you will be notified every time we have a new upload. What are shares? Shares are part ownership in a company. If you buy shares of a specific company, say like Apple, you own that portion of Apple shares. If maybe the value of your share is about 1%, then it means you own 1% of Apple, Microsoft, whichever company you're looking into. That's the simplest meaning and definition of shares. What benefits do you derive from owning shares? Two things. You are going to earn dividends. And number two, your share stands a chance of appreciating. That is what we call capital growth or capital gains. What does that mean? If you want to earn dividends and you want to get capital gains, before you invest in any shares, you need to understand what they are like. You can take two different approaches. You can focus on shares. By the time you're buying a share, you need to understand that it aligns with your goal. How do you make money from shares? Number one, I said capital gains. And what is capital gain? Today, if you buy shares at 10 shillings, and then tomorrow the share appreciates and goes all the way up to 15 shillings to 50 shillings, that is capital gain. The difference between the 50 shillings and the 10 shillings you spent to buy shares, it means your share has appreciated, which means if you want to sell it today, you are going to make a margin of 50 shilling on each. Okay? So when you're investing in shares, that is a very high opportunity that comes in. And of course, when we get to the risks, you'll see why it is still the highest aspect of risk. If you got 100 shares for 10 shillings, it means you spent 1,000. If the shares has appreciated in value and now it is going for 50 shillings and you decide to dispose all of them, so you're going to sell 100 shares for 50 shillings. That will give you 5,000, which means your capital has appreciated by 4,000. You can decide not to sell them, okay? It depends on what your goal was. Dividends, it means the company gives you some returns every year, say a percentage of the profit they make, and out of that percentage, it is allocated again based on the percentage of the shares that you hold. So if you hold 1% of the shareholding, you get 1% of the dividend that will be allocated. If it is 0.01%, same thing. So it depends on your investment. What are the different types of stocks? They are classified mostly by how they behave, because you'll find like one, which is a growth stock. It has high potential, high volatility, like tech companies, for instance. Now everybody is going digital. So this is the time to leverage on tech companies. They are value stocks. They are usually stable but undervalued. You see, when you want stability, you don't expect accelerated growth. Just the same way, when you're talking about money market, you are looking for stability but not growth. And of course, because of they are stable, they are able to give you good dividends. Then we have blue chip stocks. They are large and reliable. They have consistent dividends. These are examples like big shots, which are consistently doing well. The next one is dividend stocks. They pay regular income and it is ideal for passive income strategy. Then we have ETFs, index funds. They come in a bucket of many stocks and they are great for beginners. Risks of stocks. Stocks offer high returns, of course, because they are also high risk. We always know that high risk, high returns. The key risks they encounter are like market risks. Prices fluctuate on and off. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. Sometimes if you have invested in shares, you see the way they are growing and the way some are going down. Sometimes you actually get discouraged by the fact that you feel like you're only the shares you have invested in might just be going down. Let me know in the comment section whether you have gone through this phase. Then you have company risks. You have invested in a specific company. It is caught up in scandals, losses, mismanagement. It is not making profits. The share is just going down. You end up not getting growth or return from your investment. Economic risk, which is actually the highest, if you ask me, especially in some instances during specific periods. There's inflation. Inflation is constant throughout the year, but you also experience maybe elections. You can imagine when countries are gearing towards elections, how aggressive it gets, how unstable it gets, and also people don't feel a bit comfortable to trade in that market. Emotional risk, you may sometimes find people panic selling, and that creates that dip, which also contributes into actually bringing the value of that share down because there's a high supply, but perhaps there's not even a demand. Who should invest in stocks? By the way, stocks, shares are not for everybody. Don't think that you will wake up and quickly go and become a millionaire from shares. It's possible, okay? But you have to also know that there is a risk and you can actually lose everything once. So the people who are eligible to invest in shares are large investors who are looking to invest between 5 to 20 years. People saving for retirement, as we have said, it's between 5 to 20 years. So you can align them with your retirement, but still they can be growing you in the meantime. But at least stock is never a short-term investment. That's just it. It is also for investors who want passive income. If you want regular income you can be receiving on a regular basis, stocks are for you. And this should be very clear. It is for those companies which pay dividends regularly. Don't go buying shares of companies that don't pay dividends and then you go complaining that you're not making passive income. Okay? Get to understand the stock market before you get in. People comfortable with short-term fluctuations. You understand that sometimes they will appreciate, sometimes depreciate. They are just moving up and down, but at least there's something. Yeah. It is also for someone who wants to diversify their portfolio. Maybe you have a fixed income account, balance fund, money market, savings account, and you feel it's time to take a little bit more of risk, then you can diversify. But remember, for you to embrace shares, you need to be aware that they are risky. You can win some and you might lose some. Who should not invest in shares? Anyone who wants their money in less than 12 months because shares are volatile. People who panic easily. You don't want emotional distress all the time. Every time you see fluctuations and every time you see loss on your portfolio, every time you see maybe your shares are depreciating, you're going to go nuts. Then anyone without an emergency fund, if you have not put your emergency fund in place, do not even dream or think about shares. They are not for you. And never use your savings to invest in shares because when they bring you down, they can bring you down badly. But for those big risk takers, Why not? Because I'm sure there are people who take risks and there are people who actually gain from being risk takers. The next one, borrowed money investors. Do not take a loan to invest in shares, because if the shares don't give you returns, you're messed up financially. If your shares depreciate and you end up selling them at a loss, you're messed up. So you don't want to start gambling with something you're not ready to lose. The most important thing when it comes to investing is make sure not money that is your lifeline. Like what we have said, you cannot gamble with your savings, the emergency fund. You're now going all out after you have your house in order and the basics are well taken care of. Shares gives you ownership, growth, and passive income. They are proven to build wealth over time, but only if you understand the risk. Because, like I said, if you put your emergency fund into shares and you lose it, you're messed up. But if you're putting aside investment from maybe your income or maybe another source which would not risk your day-to-day expenses, then you're good to go. Imagine taking a loan and then you are unable to pay the loan. Because of why? Because you've decided to buy shares. Unfortunately, you bought the shares that were not appreciating at that time. What happens? Your um, your shares go down and you actually maybe lose even 50%. They can go up to 50% of the values. Don't gamble with your savings and your emergency fund. So ask yourself, what is my goal? What is my timeline? Am I emotionally and financially prepared for this? Always remember the volatility aspect that can never be ignored when you're investing in shares. If the answer to those three questions are yes, then perhaps you're ready to start investing in shares. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments down below. You can let me know what you think about this video, about this approach, and are you investing, and have you started investing in shares? What has your experience been? What are you scared the most about? Let me know in the comment section. Let's engage. If you have watched the video this far, then it means you're interested in this kind of content. So kindly subscribe so that every time we have an upload, you will be notified. Okay? See you on the next one. Bye.